Senior band members, please join the band. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and our guests of honor, the class of 2017. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the National Anthem.
Good afternoon and welcome everyone. Parents, teachers, administrators, family, and friends, thank you for being here today. The class of 2017 is incredibly fortunate to have been influenced by such inspiring people. To my fellow members of the class of 2017, congratulations. The diplomas we are receiving today are the culmination of 12 years of effort. They are a symbol of what we have been told is the beginning of the rest of our lives. In other words, the future. While the uncertainty of this future will undoubtedly bring an element of change to all of our lives, we must reflect on the past to understand what comes next. 2 years ago, my history teacher assigned a New Jersey Historic Sites project. There were 2 literal components to the project: visiting a historic site and creating a presentation. As I visited the site and talked to the other visitors there, one of whom was a Revolutionary War veteran descendant, I realized that there was also a third hidden component to the project. In order for there to be a historical site to visit, there had to be history. There had to be a past. Whether you're looking forward to forgetting the past or you plan to cherish it forever, this history, this hidden component that we often overlook, is a foundation for all of our futures. My teacher couldn't have assigned the project if there was no history to acknowledge in the first place. Just like that, we can't move forward if we fail to acknowledge that these past 12 years in the Hillsborough School District have been our own history. These years have provided us our core values, our childhood friends, and an abundance of memories that will last a lifetime. Embracing this foundation that we know as our academic past will serve us well. learned important skills, perhaps the most important being how to grammatically ask to go to the bathroom. In intermediate school, we learned how to open our lockers and sing Charlie Brown songs. In middle school, we expanded upon this previous knowledge, and in high school, we increased our understanding of our surroundings as we matured. In the past 4 years, we've painted our legacy across the walls of the high school with our Spirit Night murals. We've learned that our favorite time of the day is 2:25. We've created rockets out of soda bottles, cooked dumplings in Chinese class, and conducted our very own mock trials. Soon, these special memories and Hillsborough High School will, too, be a historic site in the story that is your life. As you move forward with whatever you choose to do in the coming years, remember this past. It will undoubtedly impact your future in countless ways. Along the way, don't forget to recognize that you are learning and advancing based on the efforts of everyone around you. So, dream endlessly and work diligently, while fully acknowledging that it is your past in Hillsborough High School and Hillsborough Middle School and Auten Road and all of our elementary schools that has paved the path and set the foundation for your future. Congratulations, class of 2017. Thank you.
Hello, everyone, friends, family. Thank you for joining us on such a wonderful occasion. I am honored, humbled, and blessed to be standing here before you today. Looking back on my Hillsborough High School career, there have been many days that will always remain close in my heart. Events such as our prom, our spirit nights, home football games, and homecoming dances remind me every day why I'm so proud to be a Raider. Though there are many days I will fondly look back upon, one particular day is the most special to me. This day doesn't have any special name, and quite frankly, some of you may not know why it's so special, but it has undoubtedly been the most impactful day of my high school career. This day is the Thursday before our last Spirit Night. As you all know, Spirit Night is the biggest tradition here or there at Hillsborough High School. Every grade competes by creating a float, designing a mural, filming a video, and choreographing a dance. Though the Friday of Spirit Night is the actual day of the festivities, the Thursday before serves as the day of the preparations. On that Thursday night, I found myself sweating like crazy in the hot gym, practicing our last Spirit Night dance with 60 of my other classmates. Right after our last practice ended, I hustled to check up on the completed projects that were the float and the mural. In that moment, while gazing at the finished products that our class produced, together, I realized something extremely important. Though Spirit Night may seem like a glorified pep rally to most, I believe it symbolizes something so undeniably beautiful. Spirit Night is the epitome of camaraderie and teamwork. We have students of all different backgrounds, social circles, and beliefs coming together, working as one class to create breathtaking projects to showcase to the entire school. This principle of camaraderie and teamwork transcends the walls of Hillsborough High School, for it is something that all of us sitting here must understand. In the future, we must not restrict ourselves from working with others based on what we think of them. Every person is capable of doing something amazing, no matter how different they may seem. If we simply reject the notion of inclusiveness and continue to judge others based on what we think of them rather than what we know of them, we may never progress as a society. When we bring together the minds of many as one group, we are bound by nothing. Important legislation could be passed. Cruel diseases could be cured. Innovative products could be invented. The list goes on. I am fully confident that you all will practice this principle of inclusiveness in your futures, because I've seen you all do it at Spirit Night. Let's carry this belief with us, and the class of 2017 will achieve wonders. As my last act as senior class president, I'd like to announce that the class of 2017 will be making a monetary donation to the Hillsborough High School Philanthropic Fund, which helps students and families deal with challenges and catastrophic losses. Starting with this donation, our class is taking our first step in changing the world, and I'm sure it's a first step of many. Thank you.
Family and friends, faculty and teachers, welcome, and congratulations to the class of 2017. You know, when Ms. Binger told me that I would be giving a speech at graduation about chasing your dreams, my immediate thought was, I haven't even figured out what I want to major in, let alone what my dreams are or how to achieve them. But then I remembered that we live in the 21st century, and the internet can give me access to pretty much every word of wisdom that's ever been spoken, and I felt a little better. So here goes. How to chase your dreams according to the internet. Of course, I had to start with WikiHow, specifically the article, How to Go for Your Dreams in 15 Steps with Pictures. WikiHow recommends that first you define your dream and then break it down into manageable chunks. So take it step by step. Sounds easy enough, right? It's like when the administration set their very ambitious goal of blocking 85% of the internet on our Chromebooks, they took it step by step. First, they took away Facebook, then the dinosaur game, and then BuzzFeed, and now I'm never gonna know what kind of sandwich I am. Here's some more advice about chasing dreams from people much older and much wiser than me. Hannah Montana said, "Nobody's perfect, you live and you learn it." So, in other words, class of 2017, if ever you fail, just remember, nobody's perfect, we're all in the same boat, and somewhere out there, somebody is failing just as hard as you. Now, when the going gets tough, Carrie Snow wants you to know, and I have a feeling that a lot of us know this already, no day is so bad that it can't be fixed with a nap. And guess who said this one? You gotta think anyway, so why not think big? That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Our inspirational president, Donald J. Trump, is telling us to think big. We better not let him down. I have a feeling that our class is going to make a lot of change in this world. After all, we're no strangers to change, are we? We are the last wave of 90s babies. We are the last generation of children to be born in the 20th century. And not only that, but we ushered in an entirely new millennium. We were born to make change. And all that is well and good, class of 2017. But even though each one of us has amazing potential, there are still times when we're going to fall short. No matter how ambitious, how savvy, how enterprising you are, it still won't give you a sense of accomplishment. Because accomplishments mean nothing if you don't share them with the people you love. And I'm talking about the people up there in the stands tonight cheering you on, and I'm talking about the people down there wearing red, sitting side by side with you, who have sat side by side with you for the past 12 years, and who you may never sit side by side with again. These people have invested so much time and energy and love in you, so don't let them down by falling out of touch. It's the least you could do to say thank you. Now, in a moment, we're each going to get a fancy piece of paper to hang on the wall. That fancy piece of paper is a symbol of a lot of things. It's a symbol of your hard work, it's a symbol of your talent, it's a symbol of your curiosity. But most importantly, it's the last symbol of your belonging to the Hillsborough High School class of 2017. Now that our Chromebooks are gone and our school IDs are useless, and our senior t-shirts are probably going to vanish somewhere in the back of our closets, this diploma is the last reminder of the things that we all received together as a class. And it means something more because In the same way that for the past 12 years, we've laughed together, we've cried together, we've played together, and we've fought together, we are finally passing the finish line together. So now I'd like to leave you with a song lyric that you've doubtless heard 1,000 times already, but has never resonated as clearly as it does now. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Class of 2017, we are 532 dreamers. Now go out there and turn those dreams into reality.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 46th annual commencement ceremony for Hillsborough High School. Class of 2017, your day has arrived. A few years ago, a couple of members of the class of 2017 gave me the opportunity to write the graduation speech that I had always dreamed of writing. Yes, principals, especially those who are English majors, actually do dream about things like this. I resolved then that it would be my graduation speech for this graduating class. I chose it because if you've learned anything at Hillsborough High School, I hope that you have learned to be your best you and to let everyone else do the same. Robert Fulghum is the author of All I Really Need to Know I Learned in Kindergarten. Many of you are probably familiar with this, at least through the posters that have likely hung in a lot of your teachers' classrooms over the years. The message about kindergarten starts: share everything, play fair. It touches upon responsibility. Clean up your own mess. Don't take things that aren't yours. It hits upon the things that show your character, such as say you're sorry when you hurt someone. It's simple stuff, but I'm going to tell you that it's true. We teach a lot of very important information at Hillsborough High School, and you'll learn even more when you're in college, in the service, in the workforce, and as you go through life as adults. But some of the most important lessons are those that you learned when you were 5 years old. I mentioned Fulghum's work not really because of his message about learning everything we need for success when we were in kindergarten. Rather, I mention him because there are 195 other pages in his book full of exploration, wonder, and understanding, including one that resonated with me the first time I read it and has remained with me in the 28 or years since then. Please take a quiet moment and think. 3 mythical characters: giants, wizards, and dwarves. Each has pluses or minuses, let's say. Now, decide which one best describes you. Don't say anything, just think about it. Now, allow me to share one of my favorite Robert Fulghum stories with you. Giants, Wizards, and Dwarves was the game to play. Being left in charge of about 80 children, 7 to 10 years old, while their parents were off doing parenty things, I mustered my troops in the church social hall and explained the game. It's a large-scale version of rock, paper, and scissors, and involves some intellectual decision-making. But the real purpose of the game is to make a lot of noise and run around chasing people until nobody knows which side you are on or who won. Organizing a room full of wired-up grade schoolers into 2 teams, explaining the rudiments of the game, achieving consensus on group identity, all of this is no mean accomplishment, but we did it with the right goodwill and we're ready to go. The excitement of the chase had reached a critical mass. I yelled out, "You have to decide now which you are, a giant, a wizard, or a dwarf." While the groups huddled in frenzied, whispered consultation, a tug came at my pants leg. A small child stands there looking up and asks in a small, concerned voice, "Where do the mermaids stand?" Where do the mermaids stand? A long pause, a very long pause. "Where do the mermaids stand?" says I. "Yes, you see, I am a mermaid. There are no such things as mermaids. Oh yes, I am one. She did not relate to being a giant, a wizard, or a dwarf. She knew her category, mermaid, and was not about to leave the game and go over and stand against the wall where a loser would stand. She intended to participate wherever mermaids fit into the scheme of things, without giving up dignity or identity. She took it for granted that there was a place for mermaids and that I would know just where. Well, where do mermaids stand? All of the mermaids, all of those who are different, who do not fit the norm and do not accept the available boxes and pigeonholes. Answer that question, you can build a school, a nation, or a world on it. So what was my answer at that moment? Every once in a while I say the right thing. The mermaid stands right here by the king of the sea, says I. Yes, right here by the king's fool, I thought to myself. So we stood there, hand in hand, reviewing the troops of wizards and giants and dwarfs as they roiled by in disarray. It's not true, by the way, that mermaids do not exist. I know at least one personally. I have held her hand. Now, before the story, I asked you to think about whether you were a giant, a wizard, or a dwarf. Some of you could pick one for yourself right away. You could see yourself as the giant who is bigger and stronger than anyone else around you, or as the wizard who can cast spells and conjure up magical solutions to your real world problems, or as the dwarf who is wise but mischievous. And others of you, you felt that moment of panic when you realized that you didn't feel like any of those characters. You were being asked to be something you were not. You did not fit in. See, the thing about personal happiness is that it isn't an outside thing. Other people don't make you happy. Other people do not define you. Happiness is an inside thing. It's something that you have to choose every single day. It's something you have to expect of yourself. Happiness is a choice, even on your darkest days, to see the good in yourself or in someone else, to forgive or to forget, to find hope instead of finding despair. How do you do this, though? The answers are really easy. Practicing them is really hard. First, do what makes you happy. Second, work the job that makes you happy. Third, marry the person who makes you happy. And most importantly, be the person who makes you happy. The other simple part, do all of this without being selfish. You can put others first without putting yourself last. If you're selfish, it eats away at your happiness. Maybe it's a karma thing, but the more negativity you bring into the world, the more negativity you own and carry around as your own burden. Robert Fulgham had it in his power to crush that little girl who already didn't feel like she belonged with the other children. He could have pigeonholed her into choosing to be someone she was not. He could have yelled at her for not following the rules. He could have made her feel stupid and small and alone. Instead, he saw in the innocence and earnestness of a child's eyes that she knew exactly who she was. He embraced the thing that made her unique, and he accepted how she saw herself, and it made both of them very happy. Seniors, as you move forward into this big world of ours, exploring new places, finding your path, meeting new people, maybe you're a giant, or perhaps you're a wizard or a dwarf, but maybe you're a mermaid. And if you are, and really we all are in one way or another, at one time or another, your happiness will come in knowing who you are, standing your ground to be seen for who you are, not compromising your character or identity to please others, and finding your happiness inside yourself. When you do, everyone else will come around. But if they don't, call me. I will be the first one to hold your hand. Congratulations, and best of luck in all that you do. We have a number of people to thank today. First off, how about a rousing round of applause for your parents? Your teachers, counselors, and administrators. Everyone involved in setting up this ceremony, most notably the custodial and maintenance staff, and my administrative assistant, Mrs. Teresa LaGreca, who takes care of all of the major and minor details. The vice principals, Mrs. Yvette Cheney, Mr. Stephen Jablonski, Mr. Michael Simborski, and Mr. Colin Simpson, who run graduation practice in a place that looks nothing like this, and who try to keep the grads organized in the lower concourse for over an hour, which is frankly like herding cats. Our outstanding band and choir under the direction of Mrs. Jules Herron, Mr. Nick Clipperton, and Miss Juliana Lobiondo. Senior class advisors, Mr. Vincent Coviello and Miss Ellen Weller, who will be introducing every single one of our graduates in a few moments. Dr. Jordan Schiff, Superintendent, and Mr. Greg Gillette, Board President, and the other members of the Central Office Administration and Board of Education for all of their support. I also want to mention our retirees who have dedicated their lives to their passion for education, who are also graduating, in a sense, this year. Mrs. Kate Costa, Mrs. Chris Demetrio, Mrs. Robin Kenny, Mrs. Christine Kirsch, Mrs. Geraldine Ryan, and Mrs. Debbie Smolinka. Thank you for everything, and best wishes for a wonderful retirement. At this time, I would like to invite the choir forward for their performance of the musical tribute, Go the Distance, under the direction of Miss Juliana Lobiondo.
Often dreamed of a far-off place where a hero's welcome would be waiting for me, and the crowds will cheer when they see my face, and a voice keeps saying, "This is where I'm meant to be." Down an unknown road to embrace my fate, though that road may wander, it will lead me to you, and 1,000 years would be worth the wait. It might take a lifetime, but somehow I'll see it through. It's an obvious law. but to look beyond the glory is the hardest part. For a hero's strength is measured by his heart. When the shouting song, I will go the distance. I will search the world. I will face its wrongs. I don't care how far. I will go the distance till I find my hero's humble I will search the world. I will face its harms till I find my heroes found yours.
I now ask Dr. Jordan Schiff, Superintendent of Schools, to please come forward. With this letter of transmittal, I attest to the fact that these graduates, members of the class of 2017, have met all of the requirements for the boards of education of Hillsborough Township and the state of New Jersey.
Principal Bingert, President Gillette, members of the Board of Education, distinguished faculty, parents, family, and friends, it is my distinct honor and privilege to present to you the Hillsborough High School graduating class of 2017. Today, we recognize and celebrate the culmination of your journey with the Hillsborough Township Public Schools. Some of you are relatively new to us, while others have been here since you were very little. How many of you, by a show of hands, have been students in Hillsborough since you were in kindergarten? Phenomenal. This is not only an important day for you, it is also a milestone for your parents. On days like today, parents can't help but remember how time has passed so quickly. Looking at you in your cap and gown today trigger many memories from yesterday, like the day you were brought home from the hospital the first time. You were so very small and fragile. At that time, high school graduation seemed so very far away, but believe it or not, your parents were hoping and dreaming of the type of adult that you would become. You grew into a high school graduate in what seems to be a blink of an eye. During this journey, your parents were there every step of the way. Let's pause once again to say thank you. If you're a parent of a Hillsborough High School graduate, please stand at this time to be recognized. Your parents were not the only ones supporting you as you made your way to this graduation day. Your teachers also played a vital role. If you are a Hillsborough public school educator, please stand at this time to be recognized once again. Hillsborough High School educators. As educators, we take a measure of pride in your accomplishments. We care deeply about you and look forward to hearing about your next steps in your life's journey. But today is not about your teachers, and it's not about your parents. It is about you and your accomplishments. I am pleased to share with you that 90% of the graduating class of 2017 will further their studies at colleges and universities, attending institutions of higher learning from the American University to Arizona State, from NYU to Northeastern, from Townsend to Tulane. Graduates of this class will attend colleges and universities in 29 states, stretching across this country from Massachusetts to California to Florida. Some of our students will study abroad in countries including Costa Rica and Italy. Most of our students will attend colleges and universities right here in the great state of New Jersey, including Caldwell, Centenary, Fairleigh Dickinson, Kean, Monmouth, Montclair State, Nidget, Princeton, Ramapo, Rider, Rowan, Rutgers, Seton Hall, Stevens Institute of Technology, Stockton, the College of New Jersey, William Patterson, and NJ's finest community colleges, including Brookdale, Mercer, Middlesex, and of course, Raritan Valley Community College. Some of our graduates will be entering the workforce and begin the process of living independently, while others will be stationed around the world protecting our freedoms by serving in the United States Armed Forces. Please join with me and recognize them as well. So wherever your travels take you, always remember that you share a common bond with the graduate sitting right next to you. This bond you will share for the rest of your lives. It is a bond that binds you together, that transcends time and distance. It is the bond of graduating with the Hillsborough High School class of 2017. So as you leave us, please remember a few things. Believe in yourselves as we believe in you. Be kind. Think beyond your needs and help those less fortunate. Be good to your family and friends, and most importantly, be good to yourselves. It is now my honor and privilege to introduce the Hillsborough Board of Education President, Mr. Gregory Gillette. Congratulations, graduating class of 2017.
Good afternoon, graduates, parents, family, and friends. Now that you've graduated, congratulations once again. Another round of applause. Please. One of the few perks granted a school board president is the privilege of speaking at graduation. Now, notwithstanding some of the remarks we've heard tonight, it's well known that no student remembers anything that was said at their graduation. And today, that goes double for one graduate out there who hasn't listened to a word I've said since she was about 14. Nevertheless, I'm going to give it a shot. I stand before you today, not only as a representative of your 9 elected school board members, but also, and more importantly, as a representative of the people of Hillsborough, who have provided this education to you as more than their obligation, but as their gift. And what an important gift. We've heard much in recent years about how America, a nation of immigrants, finds its strength through its diversity. But that's only half the story. America is great because of our ability, indeed necessity, of setting aside our diversity and uniting as Americans. This is as true for those who trace their family tree back to the beginning of our country as it is for those recent immigrants we welcome each year. And a public school education is the catalyst. When Alexis de Tocqueville traveled through America in the 1830s, studying and compiling his great works on American democracy, he marveled at a classless, egalitarian society, one whose cultural traditions arose from their great founding documents, centered on freedom and individual liberty. This was before the great waves of immigrants from Ireland, Scandinavia, Eastern and Southern Europe, Latin America, Asia, and all corners of the globe, each bringing their own cultural traditions. What they found is that America is more than a place to travel to on a map. It's a place to travel to in your head. It doesn't matter where we begin our journey if we all end up in the same place as Americans. In 2012, author Richard Kallenberg wrote, "Public schools were founded in this country to make sure that future generations of citizens have an appreciation for democratic values, understand what we have in common as Americans, and have the skills to be productive members of society." What I say is that through education, we give you the gift of America. And in return, we ask only that you pass this great gift on to your children and grandchildren. Now, it's been a tradition of our school board for members to suggest meaningful quotes to be read at graduation. And I'm going to continue that tradition today. I begin with Board Vice President Dina Santafanti, who's going to join me in about a minute, awarding the diplomas. And she quotes from Walt Disney, who said, "The secret of making dreams come true can be summarized in 4 C's. They are curiosity, confidence, courage, and constancy, and the greatest of these is confidence." Board member Tom Kinst chose a quote from Albert Einstein. "There are only 2 ways to live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle. The other is though everything is a miracle." Board member Dana Boguszewski chose a quote from President George W. Bush. I think this is something that he said at a Yale graduation a few years ago. He said, "To those of you who are graduating this afternoon with high honors, awards, and distinctions, I say, well done. And as I like to tell the C students, you too can be president." I wonder if that goes for school board president also. I have a feeling it does. Board member Judy Haas, who's here today in the audience, she chose a quote from Senator Robert F. Kennedy, who said, "All of us might wish at times that we lived in a more tranquil world, but we don't. And if our times are difficult and perplexing, so are they challenging and filled with opportunity." And finally, I'll leave you with one from me. This is from the German philosopher Johann Wolfgang Goethe, who wrote, "In the realm of ideas, everything depends on enthusiasm. But in the real world, all rests on perseverance." Thank you very much. It's your day. And Ms. Bingert, let's graduate.
I still have a couple of comments, so just
Yeah,
bear with me
absolutely.
for a second.
Oh,
Right.
not yet? Oh.
You go get in place, that's fine. At this time, I ask the senior class advisors, Mr. Vincent Coviello and Ms. Ellen Weller, to assist us in recognizing the graduates. Ladies and gentlemen, I ask that you please hold all applause until the end so that everyone in the arena can hear all of our graduates' names as they are called.
Rajay,
Jordan Kang,
Carter Altman,
Eric Ross,
Joyce Liu,
Chicha Parikh,
Nicole DeSico,
Eric Jang,
Jennifer Klein,
Patrick Cahill,
Samantha Levinitis,
Elizabeth Riley,
Megan Brownlee,
Carly Sweats,
Gabrielle Rivera,
Sydney Ritigliano,
Dakota Seidel,
Alexis Decker,
Kathleen Donnelly,
Daniela Ferreira.
Alyssa Chervinsky.
Vittoria Realbuto.
Nicole Girardi.
Kelly O'Donnell.
Thomas Panaccio.
Kara McLaughlin.
Anand Patel.
Kelsey Orzel.
Phoebus Christodoulides.
Alyssa Bianco.
Vivan Hanwad.
Mia Jalen.
Daniel Kazimbo.
Alana Barron.
Paniotis Christodoulides.
Sophia Biargo.
Liam Jerkowicz.
Morgan Schlenker.
Christopher Gasek.
Naja Ayuso.
Nicholas Manueli.
Courtney Neary.
Brandon Moore.
Kristen Andrachik.
Brandon Mitchke.
Jenna Powell.
Christopher Ciccone.
Kira Solt.
Ellis Larmore.
Sarah Spence.
Samuel Radowitz.
Nicolette Morocco.
Nicholas Melfi.
Madison Morocco.
Julia Calavita.
Leanna Bruna.
Erica Ravioli.
Connor Sweeney.
Nikita Solanki.
Carmeline Deschartres.
Danielle Brazer.
Christopher Haber.
Natalie Minter.
Emily Russo.
Emily Boos.
Marissa Rizuera.
Grant Gibbs.
Ryan Watson.
Ashley Gill.
Joseph Bevilacqua.
Andrew Santos.
Naya Roman.
Grace Marnell.
Jocelyn McDaniel.
Kevin Rorty.
Julia Potter.
Cale O'Brien.
Jeremiah Vigera.
Thomas Brake.
Aditya Hararan.
Jeremy Shipley.
Matthew Cameraman.
Samantha Marsh.
Thomas Valadas.
Grace Kim.
Carl Conrad.
Vijay Patel.
Ryan Centophani.
Dhruv Shah.
Galen Fritz.
Ajay Gandhi.
Ryan Lipper.
Ayush Goradia.
Ryan Coyley.
Gautam Kaluri.
Ian Pelican.
Tharun Karpareddy.
Sean Bain.
Derek Lee.
Nicholas Alvaro.
Christopher John Dombrowski.
Matthew Hendricks.
Christian Barrera.
Trevor Tomzak.
Jennifer Franco.
Jason Hoger.
Paula Cisneros.
Ryan Jennings.
Jamie Alcazar.
Colin Sperber.
Maria Martinez.
Samuel Bogard.
Ruben Perez Montero.
Brandon Lee.
Michelle Marone.
Bernie Redondo.
Megan Bull.
Hori Kokabar.
Emily Simroth.
Gabriela Lazarta.
Caitlin Chirleo.
Julia Welches.
Dipti Kumar.
Mahesh Ingrandati.
Catherine Ramul.
Hamza Rizvi.
Nikki Leffler.
Devinda Dahanda.
Elizabeth Rommel.
Zed Zia.
Rachel Swedberg.
Safe Quadri.
Karina Banfitch.
Kier Mayer.
Lara Becker.
Todd Montgomery.
Megan Crowley.
Ethan Griffith.
Emily Armont.
Evan Hanscom.
Rachel Richardson.
Rajiv Kohli.
Amanda Gillette.
Shane Adams.
Haley Badar.
Jeremy Yaguno.
Claudia Badar.
Sahil Patel.
Courtney Paige Hudak.
Sunny Singh.
Katie Morales.
Andrew Asanafsio.
Nicole Pelicane.
Abraham Holman.
Milena LaBarbiera.
Benjamin Ziert.
Abigail Meekin.
Frederick Shaw.
Madison Klett.
Mark Kerr.
Bobby Evers.
Daniel Shapiro.
Alexis Thiemann.
Evan Lazaro.
Kayla Singer.
Maria Bazzoni.
Daniela Rose Held.
Ashni Gandhi.
Celestine Baldwin.
Sydney Townsend.
Julia Dietrich.
Tanvi Kataria.
Rashana Kumar.
Ria Bolar.
Yadira Franco.
Hassan Maha.
Daniela Gill.
Jared Bisnar.
Camilla Runkowski.
Insung Choi.
Jacqueline Donqua.
Atik Asan.
Milani Dela Cruz.
Jack Levinson.
Brianne Dela Cruz.
Leslie Medina.
Nathaniel Trampy.
Zachary Friedman.
Anthony Hebert.
Alexander Lee.
Jared Tebby.
Carson Fritzinger.
Tyler Baum.
Emily Jospino.
Lawrence G.
Jacqueline Hutton.
John Perez.
Jared Constantine.
Ryan Wetter.
Alex Schultz.
Michaela Wells.
Daniel Cady.
Samantha Poliak.
Nicholas Guerrero.
Colin Geyer.
Leo Pierre.
Sydney Van Varelis.
Richie Hushman.
Joanna Patera.
Robert Pizzolato.
Lauren Yaskowski.
Rudin Zodo.
Courtney Skikas.
Adam Cantor.
Ambrose Ding.
Patrick D. Mari.
Jonathan Snyder.
Matthew Malarkey.
Mitchell Barron.
Christopher Grouse.
Colin Riley.
Michael Surace.
Arian Shaw.
Michael DeLuca.
Matthew Toasty.
Cheval Desai.
Ryan Joles.
Nicholas Sacro.
Connor Schultz.
Vincenzo Lubrano.
Jeffrey Album.
David Panarese.
Gregory Album.
Christopher Lombardi.
Quinn Young.
Kyle Liona.
Lindsay Wright.
Teresa Geloso.
Matthew Williams.
Alex Demetrio Cool.
Colin David Purdy.
John Costello.
Nicholas Coira.
Brian Ding.
William Connor Stack.
Karnik Patel.
Kyle Burgess.
Carmen Deep Dillon.
Matthew Way.
Alexander McPhee.
Timothy Walker Jr.
Ryan Stroka.
Joseph Truelove.
Nikhil Patel.
Tyler Welches.
Ryan Baggiano.
Madeline Cavalier.
Crystal Rodriguez.
Samantha Hagan.
Zachary Sullivan.
Thomas Coffey.
Michael Stenick.
Monica Stamler.
Bryce Shaw.
Maxavier Antonio Steimel.
Matthew Blau.
Emma Delgado.
Jake Pollock.
Nicole Monaco.
Justin Havel.
Zachary Krasnansky.
Ryan Havel.
Dominic Araco.
Ashlyn Haas.
Nicole Bessis Paris.
Patricia Schenfeld.
Leslie Sanchez.
Saranjana Thikoria.
Caitlin DeLisi.
Lauren Tran.
Danielle May Smith.
Catherine Hawks.
Kushbu Dorawala.
William Webster.
Rupam Gupta.
Luke Jansen.
Kristen Usowitz.
Marissa Lundenberg.
Samara Friedman.
Gianna Sabo.
Rebecca Della Croce.
Lisa Myers.
Katie Cowan.
Anthony Chittarelli.
Caitlin Hands.
Michael Ricciardi.
Rebecca Delcor.
Michael Cavallo.
Gabrielle Hartman.
Evan Strouderman.
Ankita Sybil.
Matt Gardone.
Sampurna Chaudhary.
Brandon Beck.
Sumia Kadali.
Nicholas Palmer.
Anushka Khanna.
Nicholas Vendetti.
Sarah Huffman.
Evan Dunnigan.
Tamara Awada.
Nicholas Pezza.
Taylor Wyatt.
Robert DeGarris.
Lily Teeple.
Benedict Visacci.
Kelly Basipio.
Roman Tadavosov.
Chandani Patel.
Zachary Crisworth.
Angela Pandit.
Emily Crisworth.
Elia Zaidi.
Sarah Crisworth.
Avni Gandalia.
Jacqueline Salandra.
Ashley Stenek.
Nicolette Matarazzo.
Sophia Leone.
Kyle Kaufman.
Maria Bulgaro.
John Figueroa.
Pilar Velasquez.
Christopher Rivera.
Lior Fussman.
DeAndre Curtis.
Jason Cohen.
Rowan Mays.
Alex Bogut.
Kent Hilden.
Andrew Henderson.
Tim Monticello.
Daniel Epps.
Nick Dio Visalvo.
Sebastian Fortes.
Sadiq Atkins.
Ryan Gloria.
Victor Lopez.
Joshua Villa.
Evan Klimko.
Jared Patrick.
David Amakwa.
Todd Gallagher.
Michael Kaufman.
Evan O'Connor.
Jordan Faust.
Tony Jeremiah.
Allison Tucker.
Joshua McDevitt.
Allison Murphy.
Jacob Harmon.
Bianca Martinez.
Christian Graverson.
Hannah Kravitz.
Jackson Getz.
Nicole Papkin.
Jane Fitting.
Destiny Valiante.
Cassandra Muir.
Allison Prue.
Justin Rotolo.
Carmeline Genovese.
Brianna Ostrowski.
Allison Crisofelli.
Casey Wasserman.
Caitlin Myers.
Dwani Shaw.
Rebecca Coviello.
Jessica Tallman.
Zach Helfer.
Rachel Foley.
Michael Rivera.
Natalie Tavares.
Kayla Shara.
Bridget Bergen.
Alexa Penna.
Isabel Gonzalez.
Jacob Lubis.
Faith Adams.
Alyssa Savarino.
Jessica Rachel.
Anastasia Barney.
Elizabeth Kuhn.
James Broses.
Caroline Karchevsky.
Paige Weber.
Renska Nivelt.
Joseph Schultz.
Matthew Patrizio.
Casey Kenny.
Jake Powell.
Kyle Richardson.
Caitlin Cannaby.
Aaron Donahue.
Jessica Wolf.
Brianna Ames.
Abigail Nemec.
Melissa Sweeney.
Courtney Nissel.
Teresa Bragger.
Stephen Rudd.
Tim Doherty.
Brianne Nissel.
Jeremy Davis.
Jack Fenimore.
Kevin McFarland.
Cheyenne Warnebold.
Sean Lynch.
Shauna Greider.
Zachary Kircher.
Irene Rabinowitz.
Emily Conlon.
Courtney Byer.
Melissa Grodsky.
Adam Sims.
Kelly McSpirit.
Lauren DeGennaro.
Emily Duque.
Molly Kelly.
Kelsey Downey.
Itai Schvetz.
Nicole Wilkowski.
Brett Willie.
Audrey Sickles.
Jayla Womack.
Erica Johnson.
Ulysses Gonzalez.
Kirsten Rudio.
Allison Marie Vu.
Emma Sywell.
Dominique Juliana Cousin.
Alyssa Cha.
Tiffany Figs.
Matilda Alonga.
Chris Scala.
Aisha Farouk.
Alec Lee.
Rimsha Saeed.
Matthew Lasala.
And Kavya Phillips.
Kofi Karantang.
Connor Mora.
Joseph Alisea.
Dana Fidek.
Drew Brink.
Victoria Rivera.
Daniel Kappas.
Kristen Malbranch.
Karan Gaikwad.
Allison Mann.
Jay Mendapara.
Tara Waddle.
Nikhil Deshmuth.
Jana Hauser.
Burton Wang.
Ria Dutta.
Matthew Lee.
Say it again. Miriam Rahma Mayas. I'm sorry.
Timothy Lee.
Hannah McCray.
Scott Lowry.
Matthew Sanders.
Kira Domenico.
Alexander Gonzalez.
Anastasia Liu.
Christian Fitzpatrick.
Teresa Liu.
Jordan Williams.
Julia Ciparula.
Perry Bongiovanni.
Eric Kohlenstein.
Sean O'Callahan.
Amanda Herman.
Nicole Kim.
Ryan Barry.
Kelly Jang.
Melissa Baldy.
Quinn Wang,
Olivia Tobia,
Megan Moore,
Megan Alio,
Tiffany Guo,
Emma Shell,
Adam Casto,
Griffin Schmidt,
Allison Fong,
David Spinrad,
Chris Rothman,
Mohsen Hyder,
Madeline Valier,
Andrew Lubis,
Anthony Gerbino,
Alex Perna,
Adriana Prieto,
Mackenzie Lutsky,
Erica Cochran,
Maitri Apuliapan,
Noah Baldwin,
Amanda Simon,
Remy Winston,
John Augusta,
Chelsea Obermeyer,
Alexander Goodman,
Ladies and gentlemen, the class, now officially, of 2017. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for joining us today to celebrate the accomplishments of the class of 2017. In just a moment, our brand new HHS alumni will begin their recessional. But please, allow me one more moment for a few instructions. Graduates are reminded to report directly to the loading entrance to pick up your diplomas. Parents and guests are not permitted on the lower concourse, so please wait upstairs or outside for your graduates. Finally, please be patient and safe as traffic is congested. Thank you, everyone. Have a great night. Congratulations, class of 2017! Graduates, please recess from the auditorium following the direction of the vice principals. Once again, row by row, recessional from the auditorium. Thank you.